What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host who's wondering, how you doing? Zach, and today's subreddit is r/TalesFromRetail. Alright, this story's called, You are in the wrong store. This has happened so many times during my years in retail that if I had $1 for every time it happened, I wouldn't have to work in retail anymore. What I am, of course, referring to is when a customer comes into your store, says a product is on special, and then eventually realizes that it is on special elsewhere, or it was on special last week. I block a lot of these out these days, but looking at an old Facebook memory today, I got reminded of one of my earliest and a classic situation like this. Back at the turn of the century, I worked at one of the two major supermarket chains in this country. Let's call them Kohl's. The location I worked at was what I would call Supermarket Central. If you had a supermarket chain, you had a location within 1 kilometer distance. There were about 8 or 9 supermarkets within a 1 to 2 kilometer radius of our location, and just within the immediate vicinity, there were all 4 major chains. The 2 majors, a 3rd major that was about to go bust, and the 4th, which is an independently owned franchise, all within walking distance. So it was common for people to start to get confused with what supermarket they were in. I was working the checkouts this one day when the customer, let's call him Mr. C, comes in. I am there scanning his items when he notices a discrepancy with the price of an item.
Excuse me, the price of that ice cream is wrong.
How so?
Well, you've charged me $4, yet it's on special for $2.
Let me just check on that. Where did you see it advertised on special?
It was in your catalog.
Okay, let me just have a look. I then browse the catalog and find no mention of the ice cream being on special. I'm sorry, sir, but it is not in the catalog.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, sir, but I have just looked through the entire catalog, and it is not in there.
Give it to me.
Mr. C grabs the catalog out of my hands and then proceeds to look through it. He then looks through it a second time and then throws it down.
It's the wrong catalog. Why have you shown me the wrong catalog? I want to speak to the supervisor.
Excuse me, sir, but this is the correct catalog. If you have a look at the front page of the catalog, you'll see the dates that the specials are on for.
Don't give me any of this nonsense. Leave all my stuff here. I'm going home to get the catalog that you guys put in my mailbox to show you what the specials are.
Okay, sir. Mr. C left and I did a deferred sale, even though I was not expecting him to come back. Amazingly, 30 minutes later, he did, and he came straight to my checkout trying to interrupt my sale.
See, I told you.
Excuse me, sir, do you mind waiting while I serve this customer?
No, you pay attention to me, and now.
I say to the customer in my checkout, I'll just be a second. To Mr. C, fine, show me. Mr. C proceeds to open the catalog straight to where the ice cream is on special, but I had already noticed 3 things wrong with it, so was going to bring each of them up one at a time. Firstly, sir, the ice cream that is on special may be the same brand that you're trying to purchase, but it is the wrong size.
What do you mean?
Well, the one you're trying to purchase is a 2-liter tub of ice cream. The one on special is the 1-liter tub.
I don't care. Still give me the special.
Well, if I was to still give you the special, it would be the same sort of special as there is of the 1-liter tub, which would mean that you would actually be paying more.
This is just flagrant misadvertising.
Secondly, look at the dates of the special. This was last week's catalog.
I didn't know of this special last week. You should keep them running for longer.
And finally, I would like you to look at the store sign above you.
Okay, and?
And now look at the logo on the front of the catalog.
And?
Now compare the two. Are they the same? Mr. C at this point has become very quiet and quickly scurried out of there. This guy took 2 whole trips for a tub of ice cream to save $2, and it wasn't even the right store. What a chump. Alright, this story's called, Can I Mix Deadly Chemicals? No, I'll rub oranges on it. What? I work at a hardware store for context. A middle-aged woman approached me today while I was in our paint department and began asking about what we have to remove dust from her outdoor metal chairs. I've got just the thing to do it fast, so I take her to our navel jelly and explain to her how you would apply it onto the rusted areas and then wash it off after 5 to 10 minutes, blah blah blah. The lady then tells me how she doesn't like the idea of rinsing it off, cause then it will go into the water. She then asks if she can use it to remove paint as well, and I let her know that it's formulated specifically for rust, so she would need to use something like a paint remover. I show her the paint removers we have, and she says she doesn't want to use them because the chemicals are too strong.
Well, do you have anything environmentally friendly that I can use?
Sure. We have this item, which is made from naturally occurring acids in oranges, as well as other naturally sourced additives. It should peel up the paint after you allow it to sit, then you'll take a putty knife and scrape it off.
Well, can I just scrape the old paint and rust off instead of using the chemicals because I don't want to use them?
For the paint, you could try to just scrape it off, and the rust could probably be sanded down to the bare metal, but that's a lot more work.
Well, what does bare metal look like? Because I've already tried sanding it off.
Depending on what kind of metal it is, it could be a light or dark silver color, and it will probably look rather dull.
Oh, okay. Is there a tool I can use to scrape it off?
You could use a putty knife or sandpaper.
No, I mean like a power tool.
Well, they have sanders that are in power tool variants.
Oh, I don't want to sand it though. Are you sure there isn't anything else to remove the rust that's safer so I won't have to rinse it off?
For the tight spaces that you can't sand or scrape down to bare metal, you'll probably need to use something like this navel jelly to break down the rust.
Oh, well, I just really don't want to rinse it off because then it will get in the water, that will be recycled and cleaned, and we'll be drinking it, and I don't want children drinking that.
I know it really sucks, but other than this, you'd have to look online for home remedies to remove it.
Well, I tried that and used vinegar, but it didn't clean it, and I just can't find anything that works. Do you think I can use this navel jelly with the citrus paint stripper? That I could use them and it would make the navel jelly less toxic?
No, mama. I'm assuming they meant ma'am. No, mama. No, ma'am. And you'll definitely not want to mix any of these cleaning products as it could cause a chemical reaction.
But the citrus one is organic. It should be fine.
Even though it's sourced from more natural items like oranges, it still has enough chemicals to peel off paint. And mixing that with navel jelly could be very dangerous.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe if I just buy oranges and rub them on the chair, it'll get the paint off? I'm just gonna keep looking.
Okay, have a good night and good luck with your project. She then stood there for about 15 more minutes before consulting another employee and leaving afterwards with the navel jelly and the citrus cleaner. I really hope she didn't bring them home and mix them up expecting one to cancel out the chemicals in the other. Sometimes I'm in awe of how customers think. Sorry if this was boring. I just thought it was so absurd I needed to share. Oh no. Who let this woman into adulthood? This story's called You Are Not Important. This is just something that happened to me before the quarantine in my country. English is not my native language, so sorry if there's any error. This is about the occasion I told a client about a secret of the industry. An employee is more important than one customer. For context, by that time, I was sleep deprived. My neighbors threw a big party, and even after the cops asked them to turn the music down, they didn't stop until 5 a.m. So yes, I was pissed off. I work in the deli section of a supermarket, and before you can start doing your work and serve customers, you need to do some chores you can't ignore or do later. That's the rule. So I went in the section, and my coworker was serving the customers while I was out doing chores, like checking the books and the inventory, putting a stamp and signs, etc. She wasn't really busy. Just a couple of people in the line. I heard a finger snapping and
Hey, you!
I took a deep breath because if there is something that I hate, it's that and whistles from clients. I turned my head and asked the woman, "Yes, ma'am?"
I won 500 grams of this.
Pointing at something I didn't care about. "Sorry, but I can't serve you yet. My partner can attend you in a minute."
I asked you to do it.
"Ma'am, I can't until I fill these books. Wait a minute and my partner will do it."
No, I can't wait. You're free, so do your job and give me my ham.
"Sorry, miss, I can't until I end this. That's the market rule." By this time, my companion was just enjoying the show and serving another customer who arrived after Karen because she was too busy asking me to service her instead of waiting a little.
Are you refusing to do your work and serve me?
"No, I'm telling you I can't do it, but my coworker can."
Oh, but I don't want her to serve me. I want you to get up off your lazy ass and serve me.
I realized by this point she was just feeding her ego or something, because my coworker already attended 3 more people. No.
Excuse me?
I need to do this paperwork or I'm gonna be in trouble.
If you dare to refuse me, I'm gonna get you in trouble.
Okay, now you can get in line and wait because I'm refusing to serve you.
That's it. Call the manager.
Okay, I took the radio and talk. Manager, we have a client who wants to speak with you. Karen puts her ugly smile on her face and told me,
I'm gonna see you get fired after this. Maybe next time you're gonna think again before disrespecting a customer.
At this point, I lost all my customer service attitude. I had a terrible night and now she is giving me a terrible day. I said everything in a calm but cold voice. Do you really think they're going to fire me because you say so? Do you really think you're that important? There are literally 100 people here right now. Hundreds, maybe 1,000 on a regular day, and even more a month. One customer isn't special. What makes you think they're gonna fire me and go through the process of replacing me and training a new guy because of you? I'm far more important to the company than you.
I'm a client.
I'm a long-time useful employee. I could probably insult you if I wish, and the only consequence for me would be a nagging or a warning if I'm too loud. Karen had a sour face. She obviously couldn't think of an answer. My manager arrived, my coworker and I explained what happened, and even a lady customer, who was an employee of a local store, confirmed what I said, and she even offered to look for other customers to testify. The woman wasn't expelled or arrested, but the manager told her why I couldn't serve her and agreed with me when I refused to do it. She got her half kilogram of ham and left. It's not a big thing, but I'm proud of it. Hey, no, this is a big thing, okay? You showed a customer just how important they actually are, especially when it's just a grocery store or something. That's a cool working environment, though, to have everyone back you up like that. That's so cool. All right, this story's called Never Thought I Would Have a Story Good Enough. So I've worked at a major appliance store in the Midwest for about 15 years. I started in the warehouse with inventory management, moved into delivery and install, and am now a salesman. I've seen customers from all aspects of the process and never thought I would have a story worth posting here. Until tonight. One of my coworkers has been dealing with a woman purchasing a washer. It's one of our least expensive machines we carry, so it's usually not that much of an issue. The problem is, this woman refuses to come to the store or do credit cards over the phone. So after numerous phone calls, we were able to finalize the sale and she was going to mail a check. The check was mailed on a Friday night, and she called about 6 times on Saturday to see if we had received it. We had to tell her each time that it takes more than half a day to get here, but she continued to call and check. The problem with this is she had to go over each charge, from confirming the price of the unit, her delivery fee, the tax total, the coupon she had, and rattle off those multiple times during each call. We finally got the check and told her we would be out today. We thought it was over. I'm sitting at my desk and I see her name pop up. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with another issue, so I had to let it go to voicemail. I wasn't too heartbroken. We then get a call from an unfamiliar number. I answer, and it is her city's police department. That's right, she called the police because her delivery was taking longer than the estimated time of arrival given to her that morning. We had to get the installer info and delivery guidelines to the police so they could contact her and reassure her of the delivery. I've been here a long time and never had to deal with the police over a late delivery of a $400 washer, so I felt I needed to share. Wow, dude, talk about a freaking boomer. Freaking calling a place over the phone and buying it through check? Mailing them a check? I mean, it's cool if you don't want to share your credit card details over the phone, but at least have a better method. Or order online, even. Just, come on. Dealing with checks in 2020? No. For purchases of consumer goods, no, just no. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.